Hey guys, I just wanted to show you guys really quick something before we get into the video for this week. I am just super impressed with how full we are getting our comic collection. We have still some that we're using as space markers for right now, but look at that. Pretty much the bottom shelf is full, the third shelf is full, and oh my gosh, we don't even have all of our comics in these either. These ones on the side right here, these ones are mostly just ones that we are probably either going to get graded or sell. They might not necessarily make it on this shelf anyways, but I just thought I'd mention them because we have a bunch of them. And then we have ones over here. These ones are just ones that they have folders. They just need to be, I already drew the penciling on them. Now I just need to color them in. And then we also have on our table here, we have these ones that are ones that we're going to review for you guys today. And these ones are ones that we got from the comic store this week as well as last week. So these ones still all have to go on that shelf too. So I don't know, I just thought that was kind of cool, and I just wanted to throw that out there that, oh my gosh, we're getting so many comics.
Hey everyone, welcome to our channel. My name is Alyssa and this is Britton, and today we are going to show you guys what we got for comics this week, and we're also going to do some reviews. We haven't done some reviews in a few weeks. We've been super busy and haven't been able to read, but now we're getting back into it. So, Britton, what did we get last week?
Last week we got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #1, A-Force #2. We got some Birds of Prey 9, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23.
I'm trying to collect them all.
Yeah, the new 52 Birds of Prey, sorry. And then we got Marvel A-Force #1. And we got Captain America #377. Goddamned issue #1 and 2. Batman Eternal #21 and 22. Dr. Fate numbers. We got a few Dr. Fates. 2, #5, #6, 7, 8, and 9.
Just need #3.
Yeah, #3. Just one of those random ones. So just
we got #1 and we thought that we had put it in our box to get it every time a new issue came out, but I guess we didn't. So
yeah, nope.
Now we're gonna collect them again.
Yeah. Huck #1. I've been hearing good things about this. All New Inhumans #4. The Uncanny Avengers #6. Lucifer, new series Lucifer #1. Then we got Harley and Power Girl, the graphic novel. And I knew we got #1. And now finally Birds of Prey #1 as well. That's all we got last week. This week we got lots of comics. This week we got Supergirl, single issues #1 through 4. It's a little mini series of Supergirl that she wanted. We got some What If comics going through the different dimensions. There we go. We got #2, which is What If Daredevil had killed the Kingpin. What if number 20? What if the Amazing Spider-Man had not married Mary Jane? The Amazing Spider-Man #21. What if? Which is what if the Amazing Spider-Man had married the Black Cat? Number 27. What if Phoenix had not died in the Phoenix Force? What if Elektra had lived? This is What If #35. Then What If #144, The Secret Wars 25 years later. And then we finally get to today's comics. The rest of today's comics. The new stuff. Black Widow #1. The Avengers Standoff. Miss Marvel #5. Guardians of the Galaxy #6. Batman and Robin Eternal #23. Earth 2 Society #10. Red Wolf #4. Starfire #10. Radioactive Spider-Gwen #6. Red Hood and Arsenal #10. Thor #5. And Thor #4. That's all we got this week.
Yes.
Or this week and last week, really.
Yes, now time for some reviews. So Britton read 2 of the ones that we just got today, and then I read some that I got, one that I got last week, and then one that I got, I think, the week before. I can't remember. Britton, do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first this time.
Okay.
Okay, first one. What if the number 114, Secret Wars 25 years later? This one was kind of interesting. It was like the pairing offs of everybody. Captain America and Rogue had a daughter. Storm and Wolverine had a daughter. Hawkeye and She-Hulk had a son. Thor and Enchantress also had a son. And then the Human Torch and Wasp had a son. Really, at the very end of this, though, I wish they would have gone on more about this. Well, they make a pretty good team. They combine the powers of or a couple powers of one or both of both parents. Storm's daughter, Torrent, that's what they call her in this, has like the ferocity and the healing ability of Wolverine, and but she can also control weather like Storm. It's really kind of interesting to see how they all combined into their powers and who they will become. Like I said before, I wish they would have gone on with this, because at the very end they go back in time and they go to the original Earth where Sentinels are just patrolling everywhere, and they actually decide to stay, and then that's it. That's the only thing you hear of it. You're like, oh, well. So yeah, I just wish they would have gone on with it.
How was the art?
Art was 90s cartoony art. If you like the 90s cartoony art, then go for it. Then I got What If Elektra Had Lived? As we all know, in Daredevil 181, Elektra dies by the hands of Bullseye. And the way that they explain her that she doesn't die in this one is because when Bullseye tries to escape prison, the prison guard doesn't shoot him. But in this one, he does shoot him. The prison guard shoots Bullseye right in the head. And so, therefore, Elektra is able to live because she never faces off against Bullseye. And then what if Yellow Jacket had died? Yellow Jacket is Henry Pym, who marries the Wasp, and then he's very, 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 very abusive. Not physically abusive, but talking abusively towards her. But yet but Wasp still loves him. And so she goes through this, you see her go through this transformation of her leaving the Avengers, then joining the Avengers again, and she actually calls herself the Black Wasp, and she'll go out and just attack random acts of violence against other people. And so then she'll say, this one's for Hank, and then spark him again, and then she gets into an argument with the Avengers, and then she leaves again. She quits. That's what she says. She literally says, "I quit. I'm quitting." But it was a really good one, because I've always wanted to know, after reading Daredevil 181 that we have, what would have happened if Elektra had lived. It was really kind of nice to see the happy ending of that one.
Happy ending.
Yeah.
So you recommend them both?
I recommend that one.
This one?
This one a lot. I don't really recommend that one because I wish the other one, because I wish they would have gone on more about it, but they didn't. I mean, it was a one shot.
Makes you want more.
It does.
It's frustrating.
Yeah, and there's no more. You're like, why? But yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
And then I read Batman Arkham Knight special issue featuring the Batgirl, and it also has Harley Quinn. So this one was a one-shot. So this one's it has kind of like an origin story-ish about how Harley Quinn kind of fell in love with the Joker, and he's kind of living vicariously through him to do his bad deeds, and she doesn't do a very good job. Obviously, it's her first time trying to be a villain. It's Batgirl who saves the day, and she actually gets caught by Batman, and he's telling her, hey, you need to stop, this is too dangerous for you, blah blah blah, and obviously she doesn't listen to him. Harley Quinn is kind of angry at the end because she thinks that the Joker kind of played her, but then he kind of won her heart back, and it was just kind of, it was a really good issue. I think if you're a big fan of Batgirl and Harley Quinn, I definitely think that you should read it. And I mean, it's just a good story overall. If you're into Batman and all of Batman's friends, then I definitely think that you should read it.
The Bat Family.
The Bat Family. I think you should read it. I recommend it. It's just a one-shot. It's a really good story. So you should read it. And then next thing, I just read this yesterday, is the Batman Harley and Ivy. It's the hardcover. Whoa, I'm just gonna take this off, this sleeve. So it's not at all what I thought it would be. After I opened it up, I realized that it's just a bunch of stories of Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy together that are featured in like other series. So the first one is Harley and Ivy from Batman Harley and Ivy issues number 1 through 3 from 2004. This story is about Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy trying to get this plant that's in like the rainforest and trying to use it to basically control everyone in Gotham. So I thought that that one was a really good story. It's definitely, you can tell that it's like from the older series. It's from 2004 just by the artwork in it, but it is a really good story and I really liked it. Just a short little snippet of their crazy adventures. 24 Hours from Batman Adventures Annual number 1. This one was a really short one. It's basically about, it starts out as Harley Quinn and the Joker trying to knock off a jewelry store, and then she gets caught and she gets sent to jail, and she basically reunites with her friend Poison Ivy. It was super short. The next one was Harley and the Ivy, and this one is from Batman Adventures Holiday Special number 1 from 95. And this one was really good too. This one is about how Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy basically lure Bruce Wayne, and not Batman, like Bruce Wayne. And Poison Ivy kisses him and she takes over his basically mind and they're really bored, so they take over Bruce Wayne's mind and they spend all of his money and use like all of his credit cards, and then they get rid of him. Poison Ivy's spell is kind of wearing off on him a little bit, and then eventually they dump him, think that he's dead, and so they just ditch him, and they're like, oh, we have his credit cards, we'll just, whatever, screw him. And then he comes back as Batman. Her spell is worn off, so he comes back as Batman, and then he goes after them and captures them. So that one was super short, but that one was a really good story. The next one is Harley and Ivy and ... Robin ? From Batman and Robin Adventures number 8 from 1986. That one's really good. Basically, it's kind of the same thing as the last one, except for they're taking over Robin's mind, and basically Robin does anything that Poison Ivy says. Basically, he's at her beck and call, and then Harley Quinn gets a little bit jealous, and so she gives him the antidote to Poison Ivy's spell, and he's cured from the spell, and then he tries to go after them, and Batman's caught up with them because he's trying to find Robin, and so Batman's caught up with them. He finds them, and then Poison Ivy kisses him again and tries to, get him to defeat Batman, but what she doesn't know is that Robin had drank a whole bunch of that antidote before she kissed him again, and so he the kiss obviously didn't work on him. So then they capture Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. Super short. Next one is Oi to the World, and this one is about Poison Ivy. She gets captured and Harley Quinn is trying to find someone to help her get Poison Ivy back. And so she runs into Batgirl and she convinces Batgirl to help her rescue Poison Ivy, and so they go get her, and that's basically it. It was really short. And the next one is called The Bet from Batman Gotham Knights number 14 from 2001. Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, they are in Arkham Asylum, and they make a bet to see who can kiss more guys. And so Poison Ivy kind of wins that bet because she's got her powers over men when she kisses them and all of that. And then the Joker comes in and he is kind of entranced by Poison Ivy. She is about to kiss him, and then Harley Quinn is like freaking out, please don't do it, please don't do it, he's mine, blah blah blah, it's not fair. And then she finally gives up and she's like, fine, here, you can have him. So that one was pretty short. It was a good one. And then the last one, Role Models, is about this kid, teenager I guess. He's kidnapping kids from the playground, and one of them escapes, and she's trying to find an adult or a superhero to help her out. And she remembers that superheroes, they're always dressed up in costumes, so she runs into Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy, sees that they're in costume, and she's like, oh, okay, you know, they're superheroes, please, please help me. And they're both just kind of like, what the heck? And then, who is it? I think it's Poison Ivy. Oh no, it's Harley Quinn that's the one that's like, no, we need to help her, she's really hurt, blah, blah, blah. And so she helps. And the teenager finally catches up with them. It's like, hey, give me my cousin back. She ran away from me. And they're just like, no, we don't believe you. And so they beat him up, and then Batman shows up and helps save the day, kind of. But overall, I would say that this is a really good book filled with a bunch of short stories about Harley and Ivy and all their crazy adventures. So I would definitely get this if you're a Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy fan. It's just like a good collector's thing just to have and read about some of their crazy stories. So I would definitely recommend this if you are a fan of Poison Ivy and Harley Quinn. That's about it, all I can say for it though, but it's filled with really good stories. I liked all the stories. There's not one that I didn't like. So yeah. Last thing that we have to show you guys, it's kind of random. We got this on Friday when we went shopping, and it's all wrapped up right now. But what is it, Britton?
It is the Expanding Universe Wall Chart from Marvel.
And we got it from Barnes & Noble. So I think it's 12 feet long.
Yeah, 12 feet long.
And this is kind of what it looks like. We're not going to open it until we get into our new place and we find a spot for it, but we just thought it'd be cool to show you guys. Well, that's about all that we have for you guys today. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed our picks and if you've read any of those. And also our reviews. If you're glad to have reviews back, then give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel as always so you don't miss next week's video. And hopefully, no, I guess not by next week. Probably the week after next week, we'll be probably in our new place and we can show you guys kind of our comic setup. I hope you guys have a great day and we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.